Hey y'all, it's Maysha with As Long as You're Breathing. And today we're going to talk about magicians and what do they do as long as we're breathing.
As long as you're breathing, keep living. As long as you're breathing, keep living. As long as you're breathing, keep living. As long as you're breathing, keep living.
Hey y'all. So yes, I'm back with the tarot card. I like tarot cards, but let's talk about why I'm going with this topic. I was on a social media platform, and I don't even really know what comment I made, but somebody came back and said, "Oh, would you like for me to hook you up with someone to do some spell work for you?" Um, no, no, thank you. I don't know that I responded, and if I did respond, I know I said no, thank you. Um, but then again, today I was contacted privately. So, are you still interested in that spell work? No, thank you. Um, we live in a world where many of us are talking about the what's considered the spiritual world now, or the metaphysical. But if you all listen to me talk about it enough, you know that I believe that the metaphysical is actually the manifestation of conscious energy. And therefore, what we're really talking about is science, but it's conscious. It's science made conscious. And so it is conscious energy. Um, Energy is scientific, but it is conscious, so it is live, it's living, breathing. And so, but it's not magical. Now, the tarot cards work, and it may seem magical or like it's mystical or all of that, but it's all based on energy. So, first, let's talk a little bit about what a magician does. The magician in this card has all the tools to do infinite possibilities. Well, the infinity sign is up above, where we are connected to the rest of our energy. The energy that is not able to embody is what this actually represents. Now, did the artist back when this was designed know that? I don't know. But conscious energy was involved in designing the card, and conscious energy did know. So their higher self did know, or someone's higher self knew. Okay? Now there are cups. Cups have to do with emotions, energy in motion. Emotion is a frequency, energy, a frequency. The energy, all of the energy that we are, wants to experience tactile emotions, wants to have an incarnate experience. That is why the physical body is so highly valued. That's why incarnation is so highly valued. Your body is your temple. You have but one. Take care of it. Take very special care of it, because we want it to last a long, long time, because we want to do a lot of living in it. And we want to help you do that living, because we want to have the whole experience integrated with you. We want to help you have the experience that together in our free will we designed in oneness, harmoniously, for all of us to have. The Pentacles has to do with the material world. People say this is all an illusion. No, it's quite real. It's protons, electrons, neutrons. It is other energy that has formed into that, just like we are formed. Energy is not an illusion. And so therefore the shapes, the forms that energy takes is not an illusion. Those who say this space-time continuum doesn't exist, of course it does. Of course it does. Is it linear the way we think of it? Things happen when they happen. So yes, there is a material. Whatever form protons, electrons, and neutrons are taking at the time, the density that they compact themselves into, that does form something that is tactile. we are in a physical body so that the energy can embody it for a tactile experience. So absolutely, there is a physical, material world that the light can integrate into, at least to the degree that this physical body is able to hold it. And it wants us to have the physical things so that we are happy, so we are having the experience we came here to have. Because it, all of us, is here to experience that happiness with us. And then there's the ones, which are the enthusiasm, which again is an emotion, which is high vibrational. That's to keep us in alignment with the frequency we came here to be in, so we don't get into the denser energies. That's like an extra dose of high vibrational energy, enthusiasm. It's also to keep us, sorry about that, lit up about our soul's path or our heart's story, what our heart knows the story is. Enthusiasm. Our heart gets lit up. The dimension of imagination, the dimension that knows the story. Our intuition is enthused about it. When we're enthused about something, then we put the energy into it. The energy that is us goes into it, and we work in flow. The mind gets out of the way because the mind is like, oh yeah, we're excited about that. So it works as an integrated part of things, and we're in flow. And then of course the sword. And the sword is logic, or the mind. And that is the part of us that has learned or is programmable. That is the things we do over and over and over, or the physical functions of the body which are programmed into the body. But also the protective modes. Okay, that's hot, don't touch that. So the light being part of us, the part that is not incarnate, doesn't have to watch out for that part because it's making sure that we have the rest of the experience. It's keeping us on track with the rest of this stuff. So that part of our mind, the programmable part, is the swords. It's taking care of everything else. So when we have all of our tools and they're working properly and they're integrated to work properly, and we are grounded, connected above and below, grounded, fully integrated, grounded. That is when we are taking care of the physical vessel at the pace, when we're energetically living at the pace that the physical vessel can be healthy and integrated with the energetic vessel, the energetic part of us, so that it can keep us in flow and we're staying in frequency, then we can do anything. We are magicians, or we can alchemize, we can transform, or we can transmute. We can take energy and transmute it into things, vibrational frequencies, and transmute them. But there's nothing magic to that. That's intention. That's intention. And we do it by being in the vibrational frequency that we came here to live in. The intention that we set with our own free will as this integrated being in oneness, in harmony with everyone else, so that everyone else got the life they wanted to come here and have too, to begin with. It is not all about us, yet it is all about us. It's a beautiful system. We make it all about us, because when we get ours, everyone else gets theirs too. But when we make it all about us and we think that means others don't get theirs too, we've missed the point. So we have to do it in an integrated way, in which we realize me getting mine means everyone else gets theirs. And that is integration into oneness, which shows that oneness totally respects the uniqueness. So we set our intention. How do I want to be treated? Okay, I'm going to treat myself that way first. If it's my vibrational frequency, that makes me get all my tools that I need, puts me in this mode, then I put the energy out. I'm grounded. I am a magician. And then I'm in my frequency. I'm reverberating out the energy, and I am alchemizing. I'm creating and co-creating because everyone else around me is doing the same thing. And when we all do that, is the least selfish thing we can do because we're all getting what we want, but we're causing everyone else to get what they want. And that's the design that we're here to have. But it's intention based. It is not based on spells. Spell work means you want to influence another so you get your way. Intention based means I want to be in my place. So I'm reverberating out the right energy. So I have mine and they get theirs. And we all get what we're supposed to. But when you say, life isn't the way I want it, I want to cast a spell so I get it. What we're saying then is, I'm not looking at myself and putting myself in alignment. I'm looking at someone else and I'm going to put them in alignment. It is not our job to use any of these tools, our emotions, our enthusiasm, our logic, our material things to align someone else. We can't do that. We have to respect someone's conscious awareness. Now, you may know that you are perfect for someone. You're perfect for them, but they don't see it. Casting a quote unquote spell to make them see it is not the answer. You be you. You stay in your vibrational frequency and you be you. Authentically you. And you let them be in the vibrational frequency they're in. And you're like, well, that hurts me. Yes. And at some levels of conscious awareness, that's how we think, is they're hurting me. And this is hard to take. But extrapolate that out, please. Come with me here. This is the quantum leap. They're at the conscious awareness where they don't see what I know our heart's stories are. You're like, hold on a second. They have free will. They may not have to do that, etc., etc., etc. It's our heart stories. It is what I know we already wrote. Somebody just asked me, do I want to cast a spell to do it? Or we're talking about a story here now. And they've asked me, do I want to cast a spell for it? No. But I want to set the intention to be me. Authentically me. And when that person reaches conscious awareness, I will be authentically me, and they will see me being authentically me. And they will be aware. Their conscious awareness will be, oh, that's my person. They're like, well, I don't want to wait that long. Well, you don't have to. But the quantum leap here is you being authentically you doesn't mean, because what we've taught is that you go off and you go do you in a vacuum. You go heal in a vacuum and let them heal in a vacuum. And there's no communication. Because if you communicate, well, then that's like chasing them or something. Well, no, it's not. It's communication. Raise your conscious awareness to where you understand. Think about this. Simply telling someone what you want them to know is merely communication. All right? You don't need someone to cast a spell. You don't need spell work. Set your intention to be yourself and communicate clearly with the other person. And then don't let it matter to you how they hear it. And what I mean by that is, don't mean rude. Don't be in their face with it. Don't be, well, I've said what I got to say, and how they take it is how they take it. Don't say it that way. That's not what I'm saying. Don't be like, okay, I told them, now let's see what happens. You can't wait by the phone waiting for an answer. You can't wait for, okay, so now everything's going to change. I'll just sit here and wait. No, you go on with your life, being you. Continue to grow. Continue to do all your stuff. Continue to take care of you. Continue to go for your walks. Continue to eat right. Continue to go do things with your friends. Continue. And let them come up to the conscious awareness that you're in. Now, when I say things like come up to the conscious awareness you're in, that doesn't mean that they're in a lower place. It means they're in a different awareness. So words like up to and all of that, that doesn't mean they're lesser than somehow. It means they're at a different place. And that's just a terminology we use when we say up to. It could be over to, okay? So no one say, they're just not up to my level yet, and think that that means you're at a higher level or something. It means you're at a different place. So when we say raise our awareness to, it means become aware of. So you're aware of that job should be yours. And the boss is not of that job. The person that hires for that job is not yet aware of that. You want them to become consciously aware of it. You don't need somebody to cast a spell to change their awareness. You just need to communicate. Show them. Talk to them. Tell them. Politely, respectfully, all of those things. But being yourself, authentically yourself. And then go on and do all the other stuff in your life. And let them get there on their own otherwise. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't circle back around and give them some more information, tell them a little more at appropriate intervals. Now, if they ever ask you to stop, then you've been asked to stop. Or if you ever reach the point yourself that, okay, this is becoming too much, then stop. The thing is, what I'm saying is, once you are in your vibrational frequency and you know, I'm the person for that job, then put out the vibrational frequency that you're the person for that job. And the way you do that is communicate, I'm the person for that job. Show them you're the person for that job. Be the person for that job. Let them know your intention to be in that job. But you don't need spell work for the job. And they either figure out that you're the one for the job. They either come to the conscious awareness that you are for the job, or they don't. And that is entirely on whether or not they come to the conscious awareness of it. Now, if they are doing their work, they will. And if they're not, they don't. You hold your vibrational frequency, however. Don't go down in frequency because they don't come up to yours, or don't go over to the frequency they're in if they don't come over to yours. You hold your frequency. I know I have what it takes for that job. I know I am what they need. I know that. And then if they don't come to that conclusion, the rest of your light body, the rest of you, the rest of who you are, you've said, best in highest good here. And they're like, okay, well, that's how it was supposed to go. She was right. Her intention was right. She did all of the things, and they're not. But over here, well, they didn't do the right thing there either. They didn't do what they were supposed to, and they didn't do it. So here's all the butterfly effect. But, oh, look here. Here's something we can give her. This is even better. Because then we get this far better. So by being in your vibrational frequency and holding it and setting your intention and communicating your intention and staying in your frequency and being integrated with all of your energy, you have given permission to the rest of you to not just get you what you know was yours to have, but the other light bodies around you, the other energies around you didn't respond to as they were supposed to. And therefore, you changed your energy and got bummed about and went into a denser energy over. But instead, you held your energy and stayed integrated with the rest of you, and therefore that allowed the rest of you to be vigilant and say, ah, she said this was the intention, and it was the intention, because it was in oneness what was agreed to. She can have better. Because we can look at the matrix of what's going on. We can look at everything that's happening, the butterfly effect of it all, because not everybody's in frequency. And this happened here, and that happened there, and that happened there, and this fits. And we can connect her here. And that's alchemizing. That is taking everything at your disposal, keeping yourself in your vibrational frequency, holding your frequency, working as your whole integrated self, setting your intention and having what is supposed to be in your life or better, the job, the person, whatever. You know, you don't need a spell. A spell is when instead of realizing that it's about you keeping you where you're supposed to be and you communicating you and you being you, a spell is when it's, how do I get them to do what I want? No. We don't get anyone to do what we want. Everyone gets to do what they want to do. You be you, and you hold your energy. You hold all your tools. You be your full light body. You be you. And that attracts them to the same vibrational frequency you're at. So the story unfolds the way you all wrote it. So everyone gets the beautiful life that they came here to have. That is intention living versus magical thinking living or casting spells, which is manipulative living or passive aggressive living or dysfunctional living or all those things. This is adult, mature, responsible, personal responsibility living. And we have the personal responsibility to ourselves and to all of oneness to live this way. And the more each of us do this, the more we help everyone else get into the frequency they're supposed to be in. So there's less and less of this butterfly effect and less of this having to say, well, how do we maneuver this so she gets this that she's supposed to have or he's supposed to have or better. And instead it's, now we can all enjoy what we all came here to have. And we can get around to manifesting and creating and being in the flow of a beautiful world that is supposed to be just that, a beautiful world that flows with grace and ease, instead of all these maneuvers. And you see, the job then of the higher vibrational aspects of ourselves will be to enjoy this life with us and also to feel for reverberations. Oh, I'm feeling a reverberation that's getting a little dense. Let's correct that. Let's course correct that so we keep the whole, the continuum in vibrational frequency so we don't get back into the mess we've been in, the denseness we've been in, because we were never meant to go there. So do I want to spell? No. I don't want to manipulate anyone. I don't want to cause anyone else to do anything. I want to set my intentions and I want to be me and I want to be open and honest and complete and whole and I want to communicate and talk and be me. And if me being me is too much, then those people will move away from me. That job will turn me down. That love interest will turn me down. They will move away from me. I don't have to do anything. I keep being me. I keep being me. They move away from me. They say, nope, got someone else. I'm done with you. I don't want to speak to you anymore. That doesn't mean you bug the daylights out of them and you stalk them. You be appropriate, but you keep being you. You don't sit around and say, well, I'm being me. I'm in my energy, but I'm waiting. Well, you're not communicating, and so you're not setting any intention. You're not putting any energy out. So you're not helping to alchemize or transform anything if you're not putting any energy out. We have taught not to put any energy out, not to do anything to transform it because we weren't holding our vibration. The fact that they weren't responding or they didn't respond in the way we wanted was causing our frequencies to go to their frequency, and therefore we taught So just don't do anything. Go off and do something else entirely and don't communicate with them. The job, ask for the job and then go away and leave it alone. Because what would happen is if you didn't hear back from the job, you got down and the energy you put out was repellent to the job instead of attracted to the job. Same with the person. The key is, the quantum leap is, hold your energy. Set the intention and hold the intention. Keep being you. Don't stop being you. And then the energy you're putting out is continuing vibration of you. That's the vibration that attracts the job or the person or the friendship or whatever to you to begin with. The hot and cold of whether or not you get a job or whether or not you've got a friendship or whether or not you've got a love interest, it's just as much on you for when you shut down and, well, I'm going to call about that job, or I'm going to check into that, or I'm going to be, I'm going to contact my friend today. Well, I'm not going to today. I don't want to seem too interested, whatever, da, 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 da. It's just as much on you as it is them when you played those games. And we weren't taught they were games. It was the conscious awareness we were in. Because what we were doing is we were letting the reverberation of it not going the way we want change our vibrational frequency, bring us down, and cause it to not go the way we want even more. It was causing a negative reverberation. The butterfly effect was the opposite of what we wanted. The quantum leap is hold your energy and cause the butterfly effect to be, oh, wow, I still feel that energy coming out. And then send another wave of it by continuing to be yourself. Well, I hadn't heard from him. Going to reach out again. Not in an energy of desperation, not in an energy of, hey, what the is up with you? Why haven't you given me that job yet? You were supposed to be friends. Why haven't I heard it from you? I am the best choice for you. Why aren't you choosing me? None of that stuff. But, hey, this is who I am. Hey, be you. We don't need spells. Magic is being you. All of you. Getting out of the way, letting the mind do what the mind is supposed to do, and being a fully integrated being and staying in your quote unquote power, which is your frequency, and letting that reverberate out. And if other people don't respond to the reverberation of your energy the way it's expected, then the rest of you can then say, well, it's this or better. And that is working through intention, not spell work or manipulation or expectation or any other negative, dense energy. It's all positive. It's all light. It's all love. And that's how we live in great big capital letters, as long as we're